Hey guys, okay, so I just made a video about the beginning portion of my MEPS experience. Um, by this time, when I was seeing the doctor, it was probably like 9, maybe. Yeah, it's probably about 9. Um, well, basically, she asks you a bunch of questions about, you know, if you have asthma, this and that. Everything that's on that form that you filled out twice, she's going to ask you about it. And if you have a tattoo, she's going to look at it. I have a tattoo right here, and mine's really small. And she asks you, like, oh, does it itch all the time? Like, she asks you some crazy ass, questions just to make sure that it's not infected and all this stuff. And then I had a hernia when I was younger. Well, when I was a baby. I don't remember it or anything. And I had a surgery. So she had to look at that. And I mean, I got a waiver for that, and it was fine because I've never had problems with it. And I'm 22 now. So, and then she asks, like, if you've had bronchitis and you've had this and that and this, if you've ever been hospitalized. They ask you if you've been suspended from school. Now, I personally, I haven't been suspended, but I've been sent home. And I don't, I told her that I've been sent home, but she's like, I don't care about that. She's like, it's not a record. They want you to tell them if you've been suspended in middle school, in preschool, like, which is, I don't understand why, but I really couldn't give you the answer on that because I haven't been suspended. When they sent me home, they sent me home for a week and they didn't even count it as a suspension. So, and that was in 5th grade. So it's up to you. My suggestion is if it's in high school and up, I would say yeah. But if it's like below high school, even though they tell you to, I don't see the reason why. But it's up to you. It's your choice. But the more baggage you give them, the longer your process is gonna take. Just saying. Um, so mine was pretty quick. All she did was she checked my you know, and then they actually like they kind of they check more than just your vagina. They kind of spread cheeks. And she's like, oh, I just gotta make sure everything's all good or whatever. And then she does a breast exam, um, and everything was fine with me. So then I went out and I waited for all the other girls, well, the 3 other girls to get done. And the one girl that filled out that form that started adding stuff, oh my gosh, her interview was long. She was talking about bronchitis and this and that. And the second I heard bronchitis, I knew that she was not going to enlist that day because you need a doctor's note saying that you're 100% healthy if you've had bronchitis because it's kind of, yeah, So anyways, then there was this other lady. Now, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but this lady was old. She wasn't that old, but she was old where it was just like, what are you doing? Like, really? But I guess she was re-enlisting. Like, I guess she had been in the service. I don't know what branch she was going for, but I know that she was in the service before, and I guess she just wanted to go back in. She was back there forever. I mean, we waited like 45 minutes until she was done. I was so irritated. I was like, bitch, excuse my language, but if you have that many problems, like, oh my gosh, but whatever, that was her. So finally, it was after 10:30 because at 10:30 that's when they start serving lunch. And I hadn't eaten yet because I was in a rush that morning. I mean, I wasn't in a rush, but I was too nervous to eat. And yeah, so I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so it was after 10:30 when she was done. We all were still naked. No. When I got out of my interview, she had us go and she had us go put our bra and panties back on. And then after that, she like looked at all of our charts and she was like filling some stuff out. And then that's when we started doing like the physical part. And like she like makes you do, it's really easy. Except the one girl that was old, she did everything like a billion times. And there was like some exercises where you had to hold your leg like all the way up, and like we were all holding our leg up waiting for her to do it, and like waiting and waiting and waiting. It was like 5 minutes. I was like, damn, can I put my leg down or something while this bitch tries to do shit? Sorry for my language, but I was so irritated. But anyways, um after we got done with all that, um they told me to go to the medical desk that was in the front, and he looked at my chart. I was qualified. I was medically qualified for my to be able to like enlist and everything. So after that, like this one guy, the guy from the liaison office, he was up there and he took the chart and he was like, hey, have you eaten lunch? And I was like, no. He's like, all right, go eat lunch and then come talk to me. I was like, all right. So I went and ate lunch. I got the turkey because I saw someone's video and she said eat the turkey because she had the roast beef and she said it was gross. I don't like roast beef and I don't like ham, so I ate the turkey. It was dry, but I was hungry. They make you sign out or sign your name, and then you get time to eat. I mean, there's nothing really else I could tell you. I mean, you can get 1 apple, 1 cookie, 1 bag of chips, and a drink. Yeah. Yeah. And so after that, I went to my liaison office, and I had to sign off on some forms about like letting the FBI like look into my background and this and that, and like a credit check and this and that. Well, by this time, it's about 11:30 or 12, maybe. And he was like, okay, well, you're gonna go and do an interview with the security guy or whatever. And I was like, okay, fine. So my MOS at that time was air defense, and you needed a security clearance. There's different kinds of security clearance, and I needed a secret one. There's one below that. It starts with a C. I don't remember. And then there's secret, and then there's top secret, and then there's whatever. So I'm sitting there, and finally, like after an hour, he calls me in his office, and he's like, do you have bad credit? I was like, I don't know, because I've never pulled my credit report. He's like, have you ever had a loan? I was like, nope. He's like, have you ever had a car? I was like, nope. He's like, credit card? I was like, nope. He's like, all right, well, we're going to check it. Now, my recruiter told me to check my pull my credit report beforehand, and I couldn't. And the lady on the phone said the reason why I couldn't pull it up is because I had no credit. Now, that lady didn't know what the hell she was talking about, because the guy pulled it up and he was just, oh no. He tried to pull it up and then it wouldn't like work. It kept saying that I had to have it mailed to me and this and that. He's like, oh, so it must be showing me something that it must be hiding something it doesn't want to show me. He's like, so you're either gonna have to choose another MOS without a security clearance, or you're gonna have to come back. And I was like, what? And by this time, my parents were out in the family room waiting for me so I can swear in. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And my parents live in Boston. I'm just saying, I mean, they weren't, it just so happened that they were in town when I was supposed to swear in. They were actually in town for the 4th of July because we did some like beach stuff and whatever. But so I'm waiting for my recruiter to get there. Finally, when he gets there, he was just like, huh, I don't understand. And I was like, yeah, beats me. I don't know. And so basically he was like, I was like, I don't care. I want to swear in today. Like I was done with like having to wait because something always came up. And so, and I mean, I'm a patient person. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a patient person. If I have to wait a year, I will wait a year. But I was just like, something always came up, and I was just like, I'm here now, and it's about to not happen. Well, oh, I'm at 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut this off, and then I'm going to make another one.